Hey y'all, so I just want to tell you briefly how obedience is better than sacrifice. Excuse my windblown hair, but I was in the grocery store line doing an Instacart order. When I was in there the other day in the same store, there was a lady that was having issues with her eyes because of her blood pressure. And today, I felt in my spirit, I heard in my spirit God say, go get in her line. He said, get in that line. I didn't even know who was in that line at first. He said, go get in that line. I wanted to get in the shorter line. Still kept hearing it, get in that line. Okay. As I got in the line, I saw who it was. I said, okay, Lord. I feel like, you're going to have me to encourage her or ask her how she's doing or something. So when I got in line, I was reading something from Joyce Meyer about faith and how faith is in the moment. Not saying you're gonna have faith for something, but faith is now. So as I was standing in line, I was reading, got to the register, and I said, ma'am, I said, how are you doing today? She said, were you in here the other day when I said my eyes were having trouble? I said, yes, I was in here the other day. And she said, oh, okay. She said, I'm going to the doctor today. She said, but the Lord is good. I said, yes, he is. She said, it's something how the Lord had you to come through my line. I forgot to mention that to my mom and my husband when I told them the story. She said, something how the Lord had you come into my line. I said, yeah, he did. I said, I started not even coming this line, but here I am. And I read to her what it said from Joyce Meyer about faith, briefly. And God made it where we could have that intimate moment. And she gave me a hug. Long story short, she gave me a hug. She was so grateful for the encouraging words. And sometimes, a lot of times, people move off of selfishness. They don't want to do what God tells them or what they know is right because of selfishness. I wanted to get in a different line, keep moving. God wanted me to take my time so I could encourage somebody. That is why obedience is better than sacrifice. My obedience to God to help her was way more important than me sacrificing, feeling like I was sacrificing my time. That little bit of time that it took me was nothing compared to me helping somebody. So remember that obedience is better than sacrifice. Take that with you today. Be obedient to God. Be obedient to what he says to you. You may feel like, well, Lord, I don't feel like doing that. Or, Lord, this is what I want to do. But your obedience will bring a better reward than what you're feeling like you're sacrificing. So, y'all, take care. I love y'all. Be easy. Be at peace in your mind. And have a good day.